Okay, welcome everybody to General Psychology Psych 2301. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day and you're ready to get the semester started. So this is how our course appears whenever you enter into it in eCampus. You should see my welcome note. Go ahead and read through it. This is going to seem a little bit odd, but I want to go ahead and start with the My Grades section. So if you look on the left side of your screen, underneath the title, Psych 2301 83009, if you're not in that section, don't worry about it. Okay, this is a broad overview / orientation for all of my sections, online and on site. Okay, so if you're taking this course with me on campus, don't worry. There's content and information in this video for you. If you're taking this course online, there's content and information in this video for you as well. All right, so if you look on the left side of the screen, you'll see all of the tabs that lead to the various subsections. Okay, and we're going to drop down here and begin with the My Grades tab. Okay, so I open up the My Grades tab. And that's going to show us every assignment that's due in the course along with its due date. So the pre-unit assessment, critical thinking, the very first assignment that you have to do, don't worry, it's not too hard. It's actually kind of easy. Don't freak out, okay? This particular assignment's a pass-fail assignment, so if you do it right, you get the points. If you miss something, you just get to try again, and you'll have until January 29th to complete that for this particular section. Now, if you're in a different section, you might have a different due date. For example, if you're in an online class and it's an 8-week or a 10-week or a 13-week course, you're going to have different due dates. If you're taking this in the spring versus the fall versus the summer or winter or May term, you'll have different due dates. So be sure to pay attention to those due dates. Okay, once the due date passes, the assignment will close, so you won't have another opportunity to take it. So I hear everybody saying, well, wait a second, life happens. That's just crazy. I'm going to miss a due date or something's going to come up. I perfectly understand. That's fine. And whenever you get to reading through your course syllabus, you'll see how I've worked in there ways in which to be flexible with individuals that have things that come up in their lives. Essentially, the whole grading scheme and paradigm was established so that, well, in this class anyway, was established so that students would have some flexibility without fear of failing this course. Okay, and we'll get into the course syllabus a little bit in a minute, but just pay attention to this My Grades section. It shows you your grades. It doesn't give you a letter grade or anything along those lines. It just shows you the total points you've accumulated in the class. Okay, and it gives you a nice list of all of the assignments that you need to do in this class, and it gives you a nice list of due dates as well that are connected with those assignments. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down and let you kind of have a real quick view of all of the assignments that we may do in this class. And then I want to talk about the point thrusters for just a second. Okay, so all of these assignments are here and available for you to complete. Okay, if you don't complete an assignment, that's okay. I actually don't expect everybody to complete every assignment in the class. In your course syllabus, it tells you the total number of points that you'll need to get to earn an A. If you get to that point level, you have your A in the class, okay? Beyond that, though, everything is broken out into a distribution, all right? So if you want to work with a peer on some of these assignments, just check with me, make sure that's okay. And as long as it's okay for that particular assignment, I don't mind you collaborating a little bit. If you want to work with each other when we have to pull resources and find them online, that's fine as well. Okay, this course shouldn't be too difficult. To make an A, it might be a little difficult because you've got to really, really work through and do your due diligence and complete these assignments to the best of your ability to earn that minimum point value for an A. However, on the other side of things, you're only going to fail this course if you violate the syllabus. In other words, or some student code of conduct. That's the only way that that's going to happen. So, for example, I have a plagiarism clause in there. If you plagiarize, then we'll have a talk, and then that may result in you failing the class if it's egregious and just awful. Well, just over the top plagiarism, flagrant plagiarism. Okay, but we'll talk if that ever becomes an issue. Other than that, nobody taking any of my sections are going to fail as long as you abide by the student code of conduct. Or if you're an RCHS student, you have to abide by their code. And it's a little bit more detailed, and you guys know it, so make sure that you abide by it. And then that fear goes away. Other than that, the grading distribution goes 30% of the class will make A's, 30 B's, 30% will get C's, and then the bottom 10% will get D's. And then there's a special clause in there that talks about the A's will obtain an A if they reach a minimum point value. So in other words, everybody in this class could earn an A if they get to that minimum point value. And then that negates the rest of the grading distribution. So everybody can get to that minimum value for an A. Everybody has the opportunity to make an A. However, if you don't reach those minimum values, then the distribution will fall 30, 30, 30, 30. Okay? And once people reach that minimum value for that A, I exempt them from that distribution of 30% for A, 30% for B, 30% of students for C, and then 10% for a D. And we can talk about that a little bit more, maybe in an office hour if you have questions about it. But these are your assignments. Okay, now let me go back to the Getting Started tab. The Getting Started tab, this is where you actually found this video. So it's under the Welcome to PSYC 2301. It's not there right now because I'm in the process of making it. But if you found this video and you're viewing it right now, you should have also read all of the content in this section. And please let me know if you have any questions about it. The next tab is Syllabus and Course Information. This is where you're going to find our student learning outcomes. These are the goals for our course. This is what's expected. Okay. We also, and you'll see this connected with the assignments, we also have institutional goals, and we also have assessment goals. So you'll see those listed in there as well. Our institutional goals are to teach, to learn, and to build sustainable global and local communities. Okay? Our core objectives are a little bit different, and those have to do with assessment. And we're looking into things like social responsibility, written and verbal communication, okay, empirical and quantitative reasoning, and critical thinking skills. So every assignment that you see in this course connects back to one of those things. Okay, right here is a video on the course syllabus, and when you actually take this course, when I upload the syllabus into your section, you'll see a file attachment right here. Okay, under this title, Course Syllabus, there'll be a file. Make sure you open that. That is our course syllabus. It will give you detailed information about our course, everything from where you can find me, where you can meet with me, how you communicate with me, down to the specific assignments that you'll complete in the class, okay, and their due dates. All right. Then underneath here, these are our references for our literature search quizzes. This is an entire list of references. So if you open that document, you'll have it for every literature search quiz. Now I've also included those within the individual unit folders. So I'll show you where those are in just a second. Okay, my information is the next tab. You can find my email address here. It's also in the course syllabus. Some tools you may want to use. It's up to you as to how you find it best to use these tools. There's a calendar right here that should have all the due dates, and you should be able to establish alerts for yourself. Okay, if you need Blackboard help, you can always click on Help, and here's a whole website devoted to addressing questions and concerns about Blackboard. Now, clicking on lessons and assignments, this is where you'll find the bulk of your content. You go into Unit 1, Introduction to Biological Foundation and Sensation and Perception. Okay, you open up that folder, and in every unit's folder, you will find a unit overview. The unit overview will have a list of tasks, and it will have a list of assignments. Okay, the list of tasks will always begin with which sections you need to acquire references for and articles related to the literature search quizzes. So for the literature search quiz, you need, for this first unit, you need the introduction, any references that are associated with that. You need the biological foundation of behavior, and you need references associated with sensation and perception. Now, you don't need to read these references. I just need to know that you know how to find them. The first step in the research process is finding good, reliable sources of information. Okay, all too often we find ourselves gathering information from websites that may have been written by an 8-year-old. We have no idea sometimes. Okay, so I want you to find peer-reviewed information. I want you to know how to find it, and I want you to know how to find that information quickly and efficiently. So I want you to become proficient with that skill set. Okay, then you'll have a list of chapters to read. For this first one, it's chapter 1, 2, and 4. Okay, then you need to download the PowerPoint presentations, listen to the audio lectures. Those are all stored in a file that's just beneath this overview. And then you have your mandatory assignments. So the assignments are the pre-unit assessment, Unit 1 literature search quiz, Unit 1 assessment, which is actually kind of a discussion, and then Unit 1's exam. Okay, now the point thrusters weren't listed there. Well, why not? Because point thrusters are kind of like these bonus assignments that vary in difficulty from easy, very easy, just all of the 5-point point thrusters are just visiting my office and talking to me about something of substance, something that has to do and relates with our course. Okay, that's a 5-point point thruster, all the way up to something very difficult like ethics training. Okay, so it kind of depends on you. You're welcome to try them all. They all have a deadline, so if you miss the deadline, the point thruster goes away. But think of this course as kind of a game where you're just trying to maximize your total number of points and just do the best you can. Okay? All right. Within each folder, within each unit's folder, you're going to find all of the content that you need for that section except the readings in your textbook, because you'll use your textbook to read those chapters. But in each folder, you'll find the information that you need for that particular assignment. So in the pre-unit assessment, you'll find the pre-unit assessment marketable skills instructions PDF as an attachment, a video on it, and then you'll submit it by clicking that link. Okay, PowerPoints, you open it up. Here are all your PowerPoints. You'll see the file first and then the audio file next. The audio file links out to a SharePoint that I have for that file. Okay, and you'll want to view all of those. Okay, then the literature search quizzes, you'll notice that there are a list of references. This is a partial list. This is a list only for the references you need to find within that unit. Okay, so you'll find these references for that unit. Out to the side are links that will take you directly to the host database that stores that particular reference. Okay, then your literature search quiz is right there, and it asks you, within the literature search quizzes, you're going to be asked questions like, what's the institutional affiliation of the third author? Or you'll be asked, what is the title of section 3.1 in this article? So there's not really any memorization that needs to be done. You just need to have the articles with you. And as long as you have the articles with you, you should do very well on these literature search quizzes. In fact, students really like these literature search quizzes because they're really easy A's, guys. Like it's easy to max out the number of points that you earn on these quizzes. Most students get perfect scores or only miss like one question. Okay, then the mini projects or assessments, this is where you're going to find information about whatever miniature project or assessment that you need to do for that unit. And every unit has at least one, okay? In fact, that's what I've tried to keep it to, is one miniature project or assessment per unit. And here are the point thrusters, and these are kind of fun. I mean, it just kind of depends on what you want to do and how many points you feel you need to do the best possible, to have the best possible performance you can have in the class. Okay, so first point thruster, just visit the office. Second point thruster in this unit, you're trying to create a slightly above average pro athlete. There's a PDF that will tell you how to do that, and then you'll just click the link and submit your work whenever it's ready. Okay. There's a point thruster asking questions about free will, and then there's even a level 4 point thruster that's ethics training, where you'll have to go through a rather extensive training that's related to ethics. And you'll get a certificate at the end, and it's kind of a neat thing, but it does take more time. And so for those level 4 point thrusters, you get a lot of points. So let me just open up one of these PDFs and show you what it looks like. It just tells you the purpose of the point thruster. So it lists out the SLOs, and then you've got the difficulty level. Difficulty level 4 means it's the highest difficulty. Okay, you'll get 40 points if you complete this ethics training, and it's all or nothing. You don't get partial points on these point thrusters. You get all the points, or you get none of the points. Okay, if you've ever seen like Beastmaster or any of those obstacle courses, I kind of modeled this after an obstacle course. You know, where they have to hit that point thruster, and if they get it, you know, they get all the points for it. If they don't, they just don't get the points. Okay, so there it is. Make sure for this particular one it is free, so don't buy anything. Then it will tell you what kind of tangible I need. I just need the completion transcript. Okay, and it will tell you what you need to submit. All right, and it's kind of up to you as to how you want to go about completing those point thruster assignments. Then the last folder will contain our exam, and the exam review will be there. And if you notice right now, the exam wasn't posted. The exams will only remain available for 1 week. Okay, so you've got to look at your course syllabus. The end of your course syllabus is a list is our calendar with a list of assignments and the due dates. It also contains the dates for when those assignments will become available and open. Okay, and so then you'll be able to view the exam. All right, let me back up now to all of the lesson and assignment folders by unit. So we've got 4 unit folders. Each unit folder contains the same information. So if you go in to Unit 2, you see an overview, you see the PowerPoints, you see the literature search quiz, miniature project and assessment, point thrusters, and exam. Okay, so every unit is structured that way. All right, if you need to message me, you're welcome to do so here. Okay, I prefer email. Please email me. I'm not so good at always checking those course messages, although it does tell me that I'm getting them. But I really prefer, just go ahead and send me an email. My office hour is a virtual office hour at times, and if we ever need to set one up, we can set one up here in Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. Okay, well, I don't want to keep you all too much longer. I'm looking forward to this class. I hope you're looking forward to this class. And please, please stay in contact with me. If you have any questions about the syllabus, about eCampus, our course in eCampus, I'll do whatever I can to find an answer for you. And email. email is always great. So email me whenever you get whenever you think of a question. During the week, I'll typically respond in 24 hours unless it's a rather complicated email, and then I'll take a little bit more time to think on it. And then on the weekends, I usually respond usually once at the end of the weekend when I get back in on Sunday and I'm taking a look at what's going on for the week. All right, well, you all, it should be a great semester. I hope it's fun for you. I hope you really enjoy learning about psychology. Once again, this course is really designed for every possible student. The student that's in here just because they need to pass and just move on to the next course, it's here for you, okay? With just basic effort, you should be able to pass this class. It is also here for the student that needs to know that they're going to make an A, and they need to know, and that's there for you all as well, those A-level students that need to know, I need to get to this point value, I'm going to get to that point value, and I'm going to get my A. Now, it is a true A, though. You're really going to have to work to get there, and I hope you really enjoy your work on the way. You'll learn a lot. Then also for those B-level students that are kind of like in the middle, like I want to learn about it, but I don't really care to be an expert in it. In psychology, that's really not why I'm here. Well, this course is there for you as well. So keep an open line of communication for me, and I look forward to spending the semester with you all in this course. Take care.